Hi, welcome to the Elite4 podcast. I'm your host, Migs. With me today is my co-host, Aubs.
What's up?
And I am with my friends from Moonshine.
Hello.
How's it going?
So, Brent and Brandi are here. We just filmed another episode of Dive Bar, which will be releasing soon. They finished off the season 1 with an epic battle. We won't talk about it much. Y'all will have to wait to see that one when that comes out.
It was epic.
It was pretty
Look at my
epic.
facial expression. You'll know. You'll be
But,
able to conclude things.
I'm glad y'all are here. Y'all are like two of my favorite people.
Are we though?
Yes,
like you a
y'all
lot,
are.
too. I like you guys a lot. You look great.
Brandi, I feel like, I've known you for a long time, but only because, like, back in the day, my sister, obviously, y'all were friends. I was friends with your little sister. Like, but now I'm like, we're friends now. Like,
We are friends. I'm friends with everybody.
later. No, yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, you're super cool, fun.
Super cool. And a really good bartender. So she just started at Moonshine. What are you looking at?
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Are you looking at me?
Yeah, what do you want?
Pizza.
I want to have better friends. That's all. That's all. But whatever.
me.
But whatever.
all right.
It's cool.
I'm here.
All right,
I'm here.
so
Thank you. Yeah,
I'm here.
Brandi.
So
She's here
Let's
to
talk
be
about
a
this.
better friend.
So this is a conversation that me and Aubrey had recently. We talked about our friends always being broke.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, we're not going to say any names specific because Aubrey has a lot of friends. So I don't want no one out there being like, oh, they're talking about me. Like, no, it's not you. It's
you.
probably a
There's
lot of
like
people.
multiple people in this
But-
world. A lot of fucking people.
A lot of people are broke,
as friends,
right? I
yeah.
mean, like, you know, it happens. But, like...
And I'm like, just go be a server. You can make money.
Or a bartender, right?
Or something. Yeah, I'm
Something.
like, you don't have to be broke.
But I want to... what's the key to making better friends?
Being nice.
You think being nice?
No, actually, no. I took that back. Because I start off mean. Every time I meet somebody new, I'm mean as fuck.
Why would you
just
start
because
off
I have
mean?
to. Because I have. Okay, I don't start off mean.
It's like a test.
I
for
just
them?
don't talk to them. It's gotta. I read them. I'm just like, okay, like I'm not talking to you today. I just met you. Hi, my name's Brandi. Whatever. I just met you.
Not
Have to
gonna lie.
read
First time I
them.
met you, you were
I
like,
have to read them.
who are you? And
Yeah.
I was like, I was like,
No.
you knew my sister, and you're like, who's your sister? And I said that. I was like,
That's my line. Somebody
I
tries
thought,
to introduce
I'm
me
like,
to somebody.
I
I'm
don't
like,
know.
who are
We like
you?
grew up together and
Like,
stuff,
explain
and
to
it's
me.
weird.
Tell me who you are. Be nice.
And then like every time you're like, I still don't know you. But then one day you just like were drunk, and you're like, oh my god, I knew your sister.
funny how that works.
I was like, wait,
No,
you couldn't remember that for the
I'm
first
the worst, but
5
that's
times
how,
I met you.
That's how I am.
Weird.
I guarantee you, I'm the nicest person you will.
You really
ever
are. That's what I
meet.
mean. I'm like, ever since
I'm the
then,
nicest person you will ever meet, but
we've had a great
I
time.
am just
I'm like,
rude at first. Not.
Man,
It's
I don't
just
think
like
you're-
a-
I would,
I
yeah.
never
wall.
thought you were
Little
rude.
wall.
I feel like everyone is a little quiet at first, like, cause so I
Maybe
do this behind.
standoffish. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
like rude.
Yeah, maybe standoffish.
No,
I do
no,
the
man.
same thing. Like when it
Well, I
comes
feel
to
like high
like,
and by is like quiet and considered rude. I don't know. You know
I
what I mean?
don't
Like,
know.
oh hi, okay.
I mean,
it just depends
You know
on
what I
if
mean?
I'm
I
drunk
don't know.
or
If you
sober.
think I'm being rude,
Really,
then I'm like,
come
definitely
on.
do your friend.
Yeah, I'm like,
You know,
it's
I'm much more
uh,
friendly when I'm drunk. That's for sure.
True,
Yeah.
true. Me too.
That's what I mean. There's like
Everybody.
Made a lot
also
of
that,
drunken
like,
friends.
or you can be in a mood of drunk where you're just like, get away from me. I don't care.
no.
Do you have that
Who
kind
you
of drunk?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
I feel
just-
like I'm always a happy drunk.
I don't even want to say this in
Me
public.
too.
Nope.
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
generally
say
a
this
happy
out
drunk.
loud, but
I
I'm Jessica.
never get drunk, and then I'm just like, I'm pissed. And that never happens.
You know, honestly, I've had more, like, I go into a bar, you know, by myself, having a bad day, you know what I mean? I don't want to talk to anybody. Like, go sit down and get a couple drinks in me, and then it's like trying to talk to fucking everybody, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, but it's a happy drunk. I'm a happy drunk. I've never wanted to, like, fight people, you know what I mean? Like,
Same.
But that's,
like, who are
that's
you?
true
Oh,
for
you're from
some
another
people,
country?
though.
Cool,
Some people,
let's have a drink. Like,
Yeah, I never want to fight.
some people get drunk with the mission of like, I'm gonna fuck someone up tonight.
Yes,
like it's
absolutely.
we've seen it happen, right?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Making friends is hard. I think, like, because you could be standoffish at first, and they think you're rude, and you know you really aren't rude, and that person's probably just like really nice too, and it's like, you know, I don't like being rude to you, or whatever.
Right.
And then that's like a failed friendship when it's just a huge misunderstanding. Like I don't know you, right?
Yeah.
So I do that a lot at the bar. Whenever I have like a new employee I'm working with, I don't really try to get to know them right away. Because first I want to see if you're even going to stick around, right? Because as far as I know, you're going to come work for the bar for 2 weeks.
But
you're going to
do
quit.
you give these people a hard time while they're trying to stick around? Because I know I've worked in a place where I've been there for 2.5 years, and yeah, when a new person comes in, you kind of give them a hard time. You kind of like...
Are you saying you haze them?
No, it's just like, if you're not picking it up, this is...
You're not wrong. No, I mean...
It's almost like you just have to see where...
I don't feel like it's hazing.
It's
I
not.
just feel like it's just trying to...
If you're not going to pick it up,
see where
and
they're
it's
at.
something that they, like, sit there... New people, they're like, oh, no, I've worked here. I've done this before. I know what I'm doing. And you're like, oh, hey. Cool.
I feel like I'm on the other end
Let
of
me see
that.
that
I feel like I
happen.
give them more credit than they deserve
no.
most of the
I
time.
do
Really?
No, I mean, or like more like, hey man, you
All
can,
I know
like,
is that
this is way you do it this way, you know, blah blah blah, and then it's like they ultimately just fail at it every time, and it's like,
Yeah,
you know,
you even
come
give them
on, like,
every
hey,
step
you know,
to
like, we'll try it
success,
this
and they're
way,
still
or
just
maybe
like
go
not
do
getting
something
it.
else, and you know, sometimes it just doesn't pan out, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
I don't know that I've never like hazed.
No, yeah, me either. I'm like, literally, I will give you every step to success. Like, this is what you need
it's like,
to
I'm not
do.
trying to make you fail, but it's like you're obviously not grasping it, and then it's just
like
bad. at that
after some
but
point, after I told you
it's
everything
not
to
for
do
everybody.
right,
The business ain't for everybody.
they're like, I'm still not getting it. I'm like, well, then
You
you
get to
might
that
get
point.
fired, and I'm
I
so
mean,
sorry about that.
Have you been in a
they're gonna
training
let you
situation
go.
like that where you had to
My
train a
bad.
new employee? Have you ever had to do that before?
Hell yeah.
So I mean, I'm pretty sure we all have,
Yeah.
right?
Hell
that
yeah.
you're not wrong though. It's like sometimes it gets to a point where you're just like, I can't help you. Like,
Yeah, like I was
I
so
can't-
nice when you came
I've
in,
done
and now I'm
everything I
just talking to you
can
like,
to help you,
what
and
are you
you're not
doing?
grasping the concept.
yeah.
And that sucks. Unfortunately, like I said, but it's not. It's not for everybody, man. Business ain't for everybody. But I mean, like I said, by no means, and like I said, I hate saying hazing, but it's
It's not.
not even that. You know, like maybe testing. I don't know, quote unquote, testing them. I don't even do that though. Like I said, I feel like I give them more.
I give them.
I give them
I'm
more
like,
credit
here
than they
are all the
deserve.
tools
Yeah.
to be successful.
There you go. I
And when
mean,
they don't, and somebody else yells at them
so
about
what
it,
do
I'm
you
like,
do? Like, what do you do
I
at that
told
point?
you, don't do that.
And they
like,
could be
don't
like
do
the
that.
nicest, like sweetest person
Oh,
in the
yeah.
world, but it's just they're just not grasping it, man.
Yeah.
It's tough. I don't know. It happens, man. I've been there.
Yeah.
That's yeah, but no, Brent, you have a big heart. I could see you doing that.
Yeah.
So with me, like,
I'm way nicer than
I feel like I just like I prod them is what I say. You know what I call it.
Is there a little,
I
a little
prod
test
them.
involved?
Normally,
like a
I'll
little,
like you know I'll throw a backhanded compliment. Or like I might like make fun of them about something,
Yeah.
something simple, right?
I feel like
nothing
that's
too
more-
bad.
I feel like
and
that's
I
more
see
of
what
an
they
idea.
respond with, like
Yeah.
you know, if they keep it real with me, then I'm all like, okay, cool, you're all right, you're okay. But if they laugh with me, then I'm all like, yo,
You gotta have a
you're
thick
pretty
skin
cool.
for this business,
like
man.
you gotta have
do.
thick skin,
You do.
especially in the bar industry. You gotta have
Yes,
thick skin.
absolutely.
If you break down, you're like, oh my god, you're so rude. I'm like, oh, you're a dumb bitch. Get out
Yeah.
of
I
here.
mean,
Like,
especially
you know,
being
like,
a
Not gonna be able to handle it.
very
Yeah.
pretty girl that maybe doesn't know a whole bunch. I mean, you're gonna get just like people are gonna fuck with you all day, man.
Yeah.
Old guys are gonna fuck with you all day. Like you gotta have some thick skin, man.
you have to. You have to. For sure.
That just I feel like that just comes with it. And once again, like I said, it's some people just aren't cut out for that, man. Some people
Yeah.
just don't have that.
Because in the bar industry, it's not
now
only
you know don't put up with things that are incredibly inappropriate
Yes.
or like
Yeah.
crossing the line.
Yeah,
by any
there's a lot of
means,
things that
but-
cross the line, like you know, any kind of physical touching crosses the line.
Yeah,
but
sure.
there's things that are like that happen to us. Like for instance, I had this one waitress get really upset over a tab that tipped another employee that wasn't working the tab instead of them, and she felt like she deserved that tip. Which in reality, yes, you deserve that tip. 'Cause
did.
you worked this tab all night long, but this guy specifically said, "Hey, I want this money to go to them."
Hey, what do you do at
And
that
that's
point?
where it goes.
Yeah, what do you
And
do at
it's
that
like
point?
she got really upset and like just like was pissed for weeks.
And that happens a lot.
And
It
it's all
does.
like,
It
yo,
happens.
sometimes we get stiff. Sometimes like the money curves and goes somewhere else. Like it happens. Like tips aren't guaranteed in
Yeah,
this
they're
business.
not
And
guaranteed.
sometimes people are like, here, put this $100 in your pocket.
Oh,
I
God.
don't want you to. What do y'all do at that point?
Split it every time.
Somebody.
Split it.
So no bullshit.
Sounds
like,
like-
I'm like, oh
I take
yeah,
it and
okay.
I'm like, oh yeah, in
And
my
then I
back
go
pocket.
to the whoever I'm working with and like, hey, they threw me this 100. I'm gonna split it with
As
you.
soon as they
Yeah.
walk
Like-
away, you take it out and put
Yeah.
it in the
Yeah,
tip
that's
jar.
that's
Yeah.
karma.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what you
That
got.
is
It's
karma.
That's what you do.
That's
what
what I
you
was
do.
gonna say. I was like, but
Yeah.
what about when that happens?
So
Yeah.
so I don't know why, but it always happens to me when I'm working with Kendall at Dodge, and I always throw in her face. I'm like, see this $50 bill? It's fucking pocket
I'm
money,
splitting it
but
with
I'm
you.
splitting with you, dumb
But I'm-
bitch.
I'm
Like,
such a
you know,
good guy.
Oh yeah. No,
hope
They
you
told me
feel
to keep
lucky.
it, but I won't.
I won't. Yeah,
but I'm not going to.
yeah.
I believe in karma.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
that-
that happens all
That-
the
I feel like that
time,
happens
man.
to everybody.
Yeah.
No, it really does. But how many people actually put it in their fucking pocket?
Yeah,
though? I mean, that's
exactly.
the
Like,
thing,
imagine
like-
the people you worked with that
Not,
did pocket that shit.
Yeah, for
where you're
sure.
like, damn, I helped you do all your shit tonight, and somebody tipped you instead. Like and then you kept it.
Yeah,
like,
no, that too.
damn.
That's no.
I mean,
that's,
it's different if they're like, hey, here's 20.
But that's what I mean.
This is 10. If they're like, hey, here's $20. This is 10 for you.
Yeah,
10
Yeah.
for
which
them.
also happens too. That
Yeah.
also happens a
Split
lot.
it immediately.
Sure.
Everything else is like
Yeah.
later. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, especially if you're doing like bar back and all kind of other tip outs. So I was like,
Yeah.
hey, this 20 is for us. Like, we're splitting.
For
it.
sure.
No
But
Yeah.
There's a right way and a wrong way, man. There
Yeah.
is.
Dude, with tips, I'm gonna say there's a lot of gray lines, right? Because I feel like that's probably one of the most leading arguments when it comes to bar staff. It's gonna boil down to money, right? It's not about side work or who's cleaning up the restroom tonight. Like, you know, it's always about tips.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, tips, I would say tips and people are the two things that keep us in the industry. When I talk to people, they normally tell me like, oh, I love being a bartender because either the money I make or I just love the people, right?
Sure.
But I'm always thinking, what happens when those are no longer factors, right? Like, what keeps you from getting burnt out? Like, veterans like Brent, even me, like, you know, I'm getting there. I'm getting old in age.
Yeah.
Like, you
Doing
know,
it for a
like
long
I know,
time, man.
I know older bartenders who they don't have that spark anymore, right? At what point do you lose that spark? And you're like, yeah. And what do you do to keep that spark? You know, like there's two things that I always wonder about because like I plan on staying in the bar industry for the rest of my life, and I see these older bartenders just like go to the bar, they're miserable behind the bar.
But that's
What do
also
you-
because
what
you
do you
have
do
an
to keep it
everyday
fresh?
job, though.
I don't want to be miserable behind the bar.
You know, I've
You
been-
this
I don't feel like
Bar-
Do
I
you
will
think
be.
you ever will be?
No,
Look out.
honestly, no.
bartending
Like,
is your
okay.
second job, right?
Yeah, technically. Yes.
Okay.
You're-
so yes,
okay,
if I
yeah.
could have a everyday full time job, and then go and like serve tables or just do like bartending, I would keep that forever too.
Okay,
but
so that's,
when that's like your main
that's me too.
job in life,
Yeah.
when that's your main job in life, like that,
It's tough.
If
that
it's your main
changes
job,
things.
yeah.
You're like, do
It's
I want to do this
tough.
forever? No,
It goes-
because
you go-
damn.
Well, you go through
I see
phases,
what you're saying. I
man.
see what you're saying. It's not my main job, but if
You
it
do it for
was-
fun, and that's the
But
crazy.
I do it for fun because I love it.
Yeah, and
Same.
then you make money doing
I do it
it.
for
Yeah,
fun.
that's
You
a
make
bonus,
other
right?
thing.
You do it
It's
for
a
fun.
bonus.
I do it full
You
time
make
because I
extra
still
money,
like
and
it.
it's a
Yeah, so
sometimes
Brent-
it's hard, sometimes
Love
it's
it,
not.
like it. But
Brent does it full time.
But I've done it long enough too, where I've gone through those phases where like you just run down, you hate everything about it. Like when the regulars start pissing you off,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah,
you really got to
exactly.
take a step back though and realize. I mean, especially on that note, like it was years ago, and it was a different time in my life. I was a little younger and dealing
Okay.
with things and. Like really though, at one point it was just like everybody's pissing me off. Everybody's pissing me off. Everything is pissing me off. It's like you got to take a step back and reevaluate. It's like okay, like you're mad at your regulars. Then like these are the people that put money in your pocket. Like these are the people you work.
the ones
this
that make
bar
you want to
for.
keep doing this.
These are
yeah,
the ones that are in there every
like,
day.
this
that,
is why I do this
you-
because
you get along with them
they're
or
people-
you don't. I mean, it's like they're going to be there every day regardless if you're there or not.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's good or bad, but it's like you really just got to take a step back and reevaluate things. And sometimes it's just I always attribute it to like sports athletes, like especially like baseball players, like.
Okay.
They come in the league young and hot and killing everything and doing great and winning awards, and then they plateau, or they maybe had to deal with some injuries, or maybe just whatever's happening with management and what have you, and they just kind of plateau, and they're just kind of, you can see it that they don't really care what they're
Yeah.
like. They're just kind of going through the motions. And then it's like, you know, the end of their contract rolls up, and it's like, oh, okay, well, you know, maybe I have a chance. It's a change of scenery, man. I really believe it's a change of scenery.
So you're
Change of
saying
venue,
change of scenery? You mean
you start getting in a rut, man. You start hating everything about everything you do.
Yeah.
When you know deep down, like, you like bartending and stuff. It's like sometimes you just need a change, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to go, like, maybe look for a different job at a different place in another city. You know, it's not easy to do, sure, but then you, like I said, once again, to the athletes, you look at these guys that they started out hot and then kind of slumped, and then they went to a different team in a different city, and now they're badass again. It's, you know, sometimes you need a shock
Right.
like that. Maybe you just
You're right.
you know, a little change of scenery,
100%.
just something different. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it just becomes so routine, it's just boring, or I don't know. I mean, I
Well,
guess it's different with everybody. But
yeah, I guess especially in Victoria, because I feel like
You can
every
be
bar is a
complacent.
little different, right?
Sure.
So even though you're a bartender at one bar, if you go and switch, like, say, like from sports to moonshine, I'm sure that was a pretty good shift.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about the other side of town.
Big change. Yeah, big change.
Even the scenery, you're going from a sports bar to a drinkery. Well, you know, like kind of even like a speakeasy for moonshine, like you know.
Yeah.
And so your clientele
Like
is
you're
going to
almost
be
like
different.
you have to rely on people wanting to come see you
Yeah.
as a bartender.
Well,
What do you
and-
mean? I mean, that's at every bar, really.
No, I mean, like, you can be at a bar that is gonna be busy no
Oh,
matter
yeah,
what.
yeah.
Like sports, like that's a bar that on certain nights is always gonna be busy. Moonshine, it's all about the atmosphere. It's all about who you're going to see. Like when you're gonna be pulling up, like, oh, Brett's working. Like we're going there. We're gonna go there to
You
see
know,
Brett. Like
midweek,
we're doing
it's
that.
Like it's like a date night kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know?
like
a little
it's
more
literally
chill, a little
like
quiet, a
we're
little
going
darker
there because we
place.
know the atmosphere that night. We
Or
know who's going to be
you
there and
got
what's going to be
game-
going
You
on.
got game 5 of the the
Yeah.
playoffs, and everybody's going to a sports bar to watch. This
Yeah,
and going
exactly.
wild and
That's what I
crazy.
mean. Like it's
Yeah.
all about atmosphere
Sure.
for some places
It makes
too.
a big deal. I mean, it makes a big difference for sure, for sure. But no, you're not wrong though. I mean, like I said, like, I mean, I know so many people. You know, we all know pretty much everybody here in town. It's like we've all kind of worked at pretty much every place
Yeah.
in town. But you know, the time I was at sports towards the end there, like I wasn't super happy, and not blaming the place by any means, but just it was a different place in my life. That was a decade ago almost, and now it's like change scenery, different spot, downtown, different people, for whatever. I mean, it's different for everybody. It really is, But I always attributed that too. It's like sometimes you just get run down, like the routine, the rut, You got to change it up a little bit, or just change something, change one piece of it, Maybe not even jumping ship and going to a different place, but,
I mean, it's hard. It's hard to change your outlook once you're in that rut, right? Like you have to force change upon you to do something, right? But what do you think even causes you to get in that situation? Is it the staff? Is it just the daily repetitive motions of doing the same thing every day?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think it is?
No, yeah,
think
that'll
that
piss
has
you
a
the
lot
fuck
to
off.
do with
Yeah, I'm
it.
like, yeah, that'll piss you off.
It's easy.
The everyday thing, doing the same shit.
Especially
every day.
doing it this
For sure.
long, it's easy to fall into a rut,
Would you say like?
you eating the same food,
Oof, dude.
seeing the same people.
That's
and
tough.
It's
Because sometimes, so I mean, I don't want to speak too soon here. Sometimes at Dodge, I get the feeling that like, man, it's about time for me to jump ship. Not that I'm planning on it or nothing,
Yeah.
anything
He's
like
not
that.
planning on it.
But
No,
like,
but
I'm not.
that-
I'm really
that
not.
thought-
I'm really-
that
I'm
thought
not-
crosses your
I'm not-
mind.
I'm not, but it does cross my mind because just naturally, like the way I was taught how to bartend was, you go to a certain bar, you learn the ins and outs, you learn what you can learn there, and then once you stop learning, then that's when you gotta jump
Maybe
ship.
it's time to.
That's when you know
change
you gotta
things.
go. Even though, like, it's counterintuitive because once you stop learning, that means you've pretty much mastered every aspect of that bar or every little quirk of that bar with the clientele or what you're serving there. Either it be like a craft bar or a hole-in-the-wall bar or just like a sports bar and grill.
Like the ones where you have to like muddle shit. They're
Yeah,
like,
the
we
craft.
learned how to
That's a
make
craft cocktail.
crafty cocktail. Yeah.
I mean, there's different things that you
crafty
learn, but
cocktail. Yeah.
eventually you reach a peak to where you do plateau. You stop learning, But once you reach that plateau, you should be the height of making the tips because you've done everything. You know how to do everything. You should be the star of the show. And then for you to be like, oh, I need to jump ship eventually to go learn somewhere else. And, you know, I wouldn't say if you go somewhere else, you're going to start at the bottom. But you're definitely going to be in the bottom of seniority and you're going to have to work your way back up, knock those bartenders down to get back up on top again.
Be like, I know,
but you're going to be learning new
what
things. Like if I would to quit Dodge and go work at the Brownback Saloon, I would have to learn a whole new slew of things that I'm just not used to. And
That's
you know,
me.
I'm not going to be like top dog anymore. But I'm going to have that drive to where I'm like, yo, I want to be top dog. I'm going to have to learn this shit. But I think that's just for healthy bartenders mentality. Like,
well, it's like
that's
you said,
what we do.
I mean, that's there you go. I was talking about falling into a rut. It's like when you get to a point where you're doing the same thing day in and day out, and you got it down. You know what I mean? It's just like, I mean, I guess it gets boring to some extent, but at the same time, it's it's your bread and butter. It's like I said, when your regs come in and you're like, oh, this fucking guy, I know what he's going to drink. He drinks the same thing every day he comes in. It's like, you really shouldn't get mad at that, Like, and I've been there. Like I said, and it's not necessarily their fault.
Here's this guy again.
It's not their fault.
Yeah, that's where it is.
That's what it is.
No, it's whenever you have regulars that you already
know.
And that's what I mean. Like, working in a restaurant, I'm like, you can go and you can go bring them out their drink. You're like, that guy's gonna get a sweet tea and a Dr. Pepper.
At the same time,
I'm gonna bring it to them, and they're still gonna give me a $3 tip. And it's like, damn.
I don't know.
I really work hard to really associate with people,
time,
and I want them to fucking
if
appreciate that. I'm like,
for me, and I'm a little biased
give me
being
all
in
my
the
money.
industry.
I'm gonna give you all my money because
if I walked in the door and they
remembered my fucking order and
they have
shit.
the drink waiting for me. They know what I mean. Like I would, as a customer, I would appreciate the shit out of that. I would love that.
And that's what gets you by the service
And
industry is
then,
when they don't. When they're like,
here's your $3.
We come here every week, no matter. If you know my name, if you know my grandchildren, you know anybody about me, I don't care. You're still gonna get $3.
I guess that's looking more.
That makes you kind of cringe
I don't
a little bit.
I guess that's more looking on the money side of things. I mean, like, 'cause I have regulars that tip me the same no matter what.
Because again,
I just enjoy. I still enjoy seeing them, so I still give them good service.
Nice.
They're good people.
Like, I can't even get mad
and it's
at
like
you.
at the end of the night, I still have multiple $100 in my pocket that I'm going on with.
Yeah.
Like this one individual is not breaking the bank or whatever. His or her tip is still part of the factor of the money in my pocket every night.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't care. I mean,
for you.
Hey, I will say though, not being an asshole goes a long way with that.
Exactly.
Like, really,
exactly.
Like, you're nice and you don't tip well. Like I can usually put up with that.
I'm gonna say again, girl, it's because that's not your main source of income.
Well,
you have
Honestly, you're
a solid ass job,
Hey,
so you're
honestly,
like, y'all can't sit there and hate on people that are just giving you money to
honestly,
give you money.
that does have a lot to do with it.
It
Because,
does.
Like I just said,
I
I'm
would
like,
love
this
to
guy's
have
only gonna tip
serving as a
$5,
second
but
job. If I could go do
I treat
serving,
him the same.
You know what?
And I'm
he's
like,
not an
I know what you're
asshole,
drinking when you come
cool.
in. I have your beer. I'm as nice as you today as I was the 20 times before. So gonna treat you the same way all night, and I know exactly where you're tipping me.
Yeah.
I appreciate you not being an
having
asshole.
a full income job before that does to me it makes a difference. I'm like, I go there for the fun. I go there. for the
you're there
entertainment.
because you're
go
like,
there for
I
the
genuinely just like to
conversation.
see
I'm like,
people
oh, shit, what
happy
happened
and
to you last
shit. Yeah.
week?
I'm like,
oh,
I
yeah.
genuinely like that as a
Yeah.
server.
I
I
like
love to
making
see people
drinks.
happy, and that
The
makes me
people
happy.
will come second.
But
You know
what
what I
the
mean? Like I
fuck?
just really enjoy making drinks.
see, so I agree with Brent, and you know what? I'll have to disagree with y'all too, because even if bartending was my full-time job, I do it because I love it.
Yeah.
And when you love what you do, they say you don't really
You
work
don't
a
work
day
a
in
day
your
in your
life.
life. Yep.
And you know what? Like, and the thing is also, when you love what you do and you're good at it, then money's not an issue. You're going to make money regardless. Good bartenders
agree with
make
that.
good tips because they're good at what they do. And it doesn't matter. It just happens. It's like a weird law. If you're just good at what you do, you're going to make money.
Yeah.
You're going to do it.
No,
So
I'm like, I do
I
love
would
what I
say-
do, and that's the whole thing. But I understand the whole point of like, you get frustrated with it if that's like
You do,
your
but
main
you-
job. If
but you
that's your
can't show
main
it.
job,
Oh, you
like,
can't show it,
that's
though.
how you
Yeah,
make money to
that-
live. But you also love what you do. But then you see people treating you like shit, even when you're like, I literally did everything to make you
And
happy,
bent over backwards
and
for
like
you.
bent over backwards for you, and you still just shit on me. Like, damn, this is how I make my money. But if I had a fucking 9-to-5 job and then was just doing the shit on the side, I'd be like, that's fine. Give me whatever you want to give me. I'll take it because I enjoy doing this. I enjoy just getting human interaction with people. I enjoy that. That's what I do love about my job, is that I love to just, I am friendly. I
Yeah.
like to be a part of that. But when that's like your main source of income, you're like, damn,
So,
I did above
makes
and
a
beyond.
I mean, I feel like, man, dude, I still don't think it matters. I think if bartending was my main source of income, I would actually be better at it. And whenever I do get customers like that, I would figure it out. I would figure out, what do I got to do to turn the situation around?
But you're a bartender.
I would be more.
Not just service.
I would be more aggressive.
Not
That's
just
the
service
difference
industry.
between a good
You're
bartender and a
bartending.
bad bartender,
But you're
though.
bartending.
It's
I'm just service industry.
A good bartender.
I am serving food
sure.
and
Still,
not
it goes
getting
with
people
service
fucked
too.
up
It
and
goes
having,
with servers too. How to turn a bad situation into a good one. And a good server could do it. A good bartender can do it. I can turn a bad customer into a good one. I would do it all the time at Cactus. How these cheapos would not be beginning to serve because no one wants to serve them because they don't tip. I would be like, you know what? I'm going to go down there. I'm going to chum it up with all these poor Mexican ladies. And if I get $3 from each one of them, there's 5 of them. That's $15 that, like, these girls aren't going to make. I'm going to fucking make it. But you know what? It took me 2 months to do it, but I was getting my $15 at the end of the night. And those were my customers now.
Yeah.
And that's how you build clientele. Because eventually, those 5 Mexican ladies are going to bring in their friends. And they're going to be my customers too. Yeah. So that's how a good bartender makes a bad customer into a good customer.
Again,
you got to turn that shit around.
I've never
You could
been
do
a
it with
bartender.
you could be a
I've been
server.
a server.
You could do it with a server too. You could do it too.
yeah.
You like
possible.
to think so.
It just
you
takes
would like
it,
to think so.
It takes
no,
time.
Like,
it takes time.
I feel like it's a lot more.
I've
more
been at
talking,
places.
I guess,
I'm like,
or- I don't know. It's tough. But yeah, no, and it goes back to
all
you know.
I'm saying is like, I need a second job, like, or I need like a main job like yours, and then I would probably love being a server for the rest of my life.
Yeah?
I would
All right.
love it.
Well, let's take a break. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about what jobs you would like to do besides being a server.
You. Just
I
you.
love it. Yeah.
And then
No,
us,
yeah.
us too. We'll start with
No, I'm
you.
just kidding.
Yeah,
We're
I'm like,
starting with you.
I love animals.
Be an astronaut one day.
Hey there. I just want to take a second to thank you for watching the Elite4 podcast. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe because that really helps our channel grow. And if you're feeling extra generous, share us with a friend. Tell your mom about us. Tell anyone. We greatly appreciate you here at Elite4. Now back to the podcast. And we're back. So before the break, we're talking about what would our dream jobs be? And Aubrey, I'm going to start with you.
I would love to work with animals. I would love to not have to put them down or like watch them suffer and stuff, but normally
Like, would you be like a vet?
a vet assistant.
Oh, a vet assistant.
Yeah, because no, I don't think I could like sit there and like cut open little
She do,
dog
like,
body parts and stuff.
surgery
Like, I
and
can't.
then-
No, I can't. I can't.
But what if it was
But
to like
also,
save the animal? If you're
That's
trying-
the thing is that's why it's not my job at the time because I cannot deal with putting little babies down. Like I cannot do it. That's the other hard part is like you have to comfort people that are bringing their animals in to be put down. They're
I
like,
feel
no, I
that.
know they have to die. And you're like, okay, well, we're going to make this experience as comfortable as possible for you. And I'm like, I don't think I can do that. I'd be like, are you sure it needs to go down? Are you sure it needs to die today?
In tears, they're like, never mind.
I mean,
No, I want to do this.
you can apply
I
that to, you
can't.
know,
And
like,
they're
like
but
people doctors.
no,
like, I
kill
don't
my
think I
baby.
could do
no,
that
fucking,
either. I mean,
what is it? Cork Romano. kill my baby. No. He's like, what? You want me to? She can just go on meds or whatever, and they're like, no, just kill it. It's fine.
Just kill it.
It's like, wow.
Nah, that takes a different breed, man. Like that's like I said, with humans as well. Like I don't think I could do that either. Like that's just.
I can't. But that's my dream job. It's like to work with animals. But to keep them alive, not to have to kill them. But
like it's
if
worse
you're
with animals.
in
Fuck
that,
people.
like if you're in that field, you
That's me.
kind of have to put animals
Right?
down.
I mean, it'd be worse with animals.
So, yep, dream job is to work with animals and not have to put them down or kill them or whatever.
That's good. That's a good answer. I can see you doing it.
Good dream job.
I just want to like work at a cuddly place with a bunch of animals. I don't know, like
Maybe you
dream
can,
job.
Maybe you can start a dream job to cuddle with animals.
Or just be
Before
like,
they die.
There
or
you
like
go.
a, like
No,
a,
not before they.
Before they
not
have to
before
go
they
in to die, let me cuddle your
Not
animals.
before they
what if
die.
you're just like a pet like babysitter?
Yes.
Like people just give you a pet, say, hey, can you watch my pet over the weekend? You're like, fuck yeah, I can.
Yeah,
So you're not doing any of the medical stuff, but all you're doing is just chilling with doggies and cats all
that'd
day.
be
and
great.
stuff.
But I know that they probably don't make much money if they're doing that.
But it's still, that's your dream job, right? That's what you would love to do.
Would love to.
What about you, Brent?
That's actually a pretty awesome job. I'm just saying. I'm all like, that sounds
I
pretty
want to
good.
cuddle with
actually.
animals.
Yeah.
Just come
Yeah,
on.
no, I just want to hang out. Just want to hang out with cool animals all the
100%.
time. Man, I don't know. That's a tough question, man.
It is.
Trying to think back to when I was a kid. You know,
Yeah.
well, I mean, at one point I wanted to be a music teacher. Oddly enough,
That's weird.
I feel like I've kind of grown out of that.
I was just
Yeah,
kidding.
right. Yeah, no,
I'm
that's
kidding.
that's a
Weirdo.
thing. No,
That's
that was a thing. Well, oddly enough, I did think about being a veterinarian when I was younger. I did.
Until once I learned how much schooling and everything it took,
Yeah.
and like really what it required.
And then, you know,
And I was
that
like,
sometimes you
"Ooh."
got to be the guy that puts them down and stuff. I don't like that either. But I don't know, man. That's a really tough question. I've been doing this bartending thing now for 20 years. Actually,
Yeah.
in September was 20 years. Oddly enough, I mean, dream job. I don't know that I'd go that far. I enjoy it, but I don't know, man. I've never really thought about it recently.
This question is really weird because on the
You go back to high
surface,
school.
on the surface, you would think it would be an easy question to answer. Like,
Yeah.
hey, what do you want to do? And it's all like, oh, easy. I know what I like. This is what I want to do. But then, like, as we get older and stuff, I guess we factor more things into it.
You
You're
think
like,
about paying bills.
paying
Yeah.
bills and
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean,
You're
that's
like,
important.
well,
Like,
That's
there's
important.
no way I
Yeah.
can make money off of
Yeah.
cuddling animals on the
Yeah.
weekends. Like
Yeah.
that's not a job.
True.
So it is a very tough question because like I feel like it could be very muddied with different adult logic, right?
Yeah.
You know, like being a bartender.
Like,
a
dream
bartender's
job.
your dream job. Like,
Let me just talk to people all day.
yeah, talk to people,
and,
do what I
like,
make
enjoy it.
drinks, do whatever.
But
But
Everybody's
then you're like,
But when you're
oh,
younger, you
fun. Yeah, they're not
When
assholes.
you're younger, you're just like, oh, I want to be this cool ass bartender behind the bar.
Yeah.
Like, you don't think about like talking to
everybody's gonna give me
people
their
and, like,
money.
entertain
They're
everybody.
gonna be
Yeah,
totally cool with
exactly.
it. Whatever.
astronaut ninja. You know,
Yeah.
when I was like 8.
that's like
I wanna be
Tigger.
an
Tigger would be an
astronaut.
astronaut ninja.
Astronaut ninja.
Yeah, that would be his answer. But like, you know, even the bartender being a dream job, like, yeah, you make good money, but then like what you talked about earlier, like your proof of income, that's a fucking
Oh yeah,
obstacle,
you want to try
right?
to buy a house or a vehicle,
Like, you know, like, that's
not a thing.
You have
Benefits.
no
When people are
benefits
like,
as
Also
a
"But you have
bartender.
no
Yeah.
benefits.
Yeah,
I'm like,
health
but
benefits. like,
damn.
yeah, all
Not
of that.
Blue
existent.
Cross Blue Shield. Like,
Hey,
should I go
none
like sign up for that?
As a hairdresser either, and that's my whole
Yeah,
last
same
career.
thing. Well,
Yeah.
hairdresser, same thing.
You
like,
can have a career that has
No,
much on
nothing
that.
to like build on, and that sucks. Like that sucks. Is the career with nothing to build on.
But you know, you're good at it.
And you're like,
you
yeah.
like the human interaction.
Serving is my
and-
career. That
and-
is my career.
Yeah.
And but still, I cannot build on it, and that sucks.
No, it's unfortunate. I mean, it's
Other
you're right
than-
though. It's like it's a different question when you're older.
Yeah, it
when
really
you're
is.
8, you know,
Thinking-
everybody knows.
Thinking you're
but,
meeting people that like are gonna pay your bills for the rest of life, like that. You're like, oh, I have regulars that are always gonna come in here, and they like tip me extra.
You're basing
during
your livelihood
Christmas.
on the
And I get
generosity
that,
of
but
people.
if I ask them to give me a boob job, they would do it. But I'm like, but does that like,
Daddy?
is that like gonna?
You're like, oh, I need
Thanks,
this other
Daddy.
surgery
Yeah.
to save my life, and it's like,
Yeah, they're like,
no,
No, I only want
Fake
to see
boobs,
your
yeah,
titties.
right, yeah.
That's
Fake
cool,
boobs,
but
cool, yeah.
like now you need like real help. I can't do that. I'm like, that's not assurance at all. That's not
Not at all.
benefits. I'm not living off of that. No.
I mean, it's sad, but you sacrifice your, happiness for
Yeah.
real life, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
That's
yeah,
what I
I
mean,
love
like,
what I do, but
benefits are a thing, and
you know,
nowadays
need
and
my
always
gallbladder
forever,
taken out, and I can't
benefits are
afford it.
always
It's
going to
like,
be a thing in the life of like service industry people. Like it's just like, damn,
No, it's like
we don't
were-
get those.
We were just talking about
don't
that.
Get those.
Trying to get a house, trying to buy a vehicle.
Yeah.
It's like it's hard. It's
Yep.
hard to show all that.
You
Yeah.
just have to save up so much money to put on a down payment to
It's
do
like,
that.
"Here, I have this much money. Like, can I
Yeah,
please
yeah.
do this?
They're like,
Yeah.
no, well, you've got no like back credit history, none of that.
Yeah.
I'm like, but I have like a big chunk of money that I could put down.
So logic aside, Brent,
All right.
what would it be?
Oh man, logic aside, dude, if I could get paid to play video games all day, would totally do it.
Dream
Would totally
job.
do it.
People
Once
do that,
again,
though.
don't know how
Yeah.
you can make a living doing that. And I'm sure some people can.
People do it. People.
It
Yeah.
isn't a
have that
legit job. Yeah, game testers and
100%.
stuff like that. But
Or just
no,
even
yeah,
streamers
dude.
nowadays.
But you literally have to
Yeah.
like
That's what
have
streamers do.
someone supporting you to be doing that.
And you
Like,
probably need to be good at
You
it,
won't.
which I'm probably not that great.
I mean,
But
Also,
I
Brent,
enjoy.
I would
it.
say-
I enjoy the shit.
I
out
would
of
say
it.
with your personality, if you really wanted to do it, you could probably do it. If you spent a lot of time when you're not at work just grinding some games and learning how to
Grinding.
stream,
Grinding.
grinding. I mean, you really would have to be like, this is my end game.
Oh yeah, no, this
I
is
need
like
a fucking life or
But do
death
you-
here.
every
But do you play games?
second of my.
You could do
day.
it. I think you could do it. And before I ask you what you want, I would say that's probably one of life's biggest tricks, right? Is how do I do what I want and be happy in life and still have a good living,
Sure.
right? Because obviously the things that we're picking so far aren't things that we could do full time and still have a family and pay bills and buy a house, because it's just it's almost like it's not real. But I think it can be real if you just make certain choices and you just really grind at it.
Sure.
So what, Brandi, with that being said, what would yours be?
Am I like dream job?
Yeah, dream job.
Like dream job now or dream job when I was younger and I was like.
How about you start when you're younger and then tell me what it is now?
So dream job when I was younger, I wanted to be a tattoo artist
Mm.
and a piercer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went with hair. Now I'm a bartender. I kind of want to own a bar. As,
Own a bar?
Like that's my end goal.
Okay.
Really?
Is to own a bar.
What kind,
Just because like a dive bar.
Yeah.
Just small little like hometown bar where pool tables, live music, small, kind of like I don't know.
Lil Joe,
It's-
like some
No, no,
not even, I'm
not
like-
Lil Joe's. Maybe like
I feel like that's a pretty attainable goal,
maybe
though.
Like,
I mean, that's
so that's my goal at
yeah.
45.
Yeah.
Honestly,
At 45?
At 45, that's my goal to own a bar. Like I don't want to do. I love doing hair. I've been doing it for 12 years. I do not want to do it for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Can do it on the side, do my regulars. do
Yeah, I'm
everything.
like that's just
But
a trade. That's
my-
something you
my
know
end-
you can make money
my
doing
end
on the
goal
side.
is to own a dive bar.
Yeah.
Something more like Moonshine.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Outside, little barnuminium with some
Smaller little place.
pool
Now that
tables, music, steady income, not big income. I'm not thinking big income like rich. You know what I mean? I'm just like steady income that I can live off of. Something I could like micromanage and have somebody run it. That's my end goal.
Yeah.
So that's actually one of my end goals too, is to open up my own bar, and I'm actually kind of close to doing it, but I wouldn't. Mine would be not a dive bar. I think mine would be more pool hall like, kind of like what Barney's was, if you can remember how Barney's was.
I've never been there, but I know
a little
what it
different
was.
monster than dive bars. Do good though. Like it's hard
Just
to go wrong with that.
Little intimate, small, like yeah.
But I would
mean,
choose.
a wellhead's more than a dive bar.
Yeah,
definitely,
that's
but my first thought is dive bar.
Yeah, I would do it only because I love to bartend. And for me,
Same.
my logic would be,
So I'm like, oh, you can't
how
work?
do
Okay, I'll
I
be there.
bartend the rest of my life and still make a living? Well, what if I own the bar I bartend at?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, oh, then yeah, I could bartend at my own bar, still make the income as the bar itself because I'm the bar owner. And then I could have benefits and stuff, or just buy my own benefits, right?
Yeah.
Like, So that's my thing. And it's just like, it took me a long time to figure that out. I actually, I got into the oil field because I believed I couldn't do bartending full time and make a living. And then, I don't know, sometime when I was in my late 20s, I was like, wait, I'm so stupid. What if I just owned the bar? And then I could do whatever the fuck I want. I could be the busboy in my own bar if I wanted to, or just the bartender.
Or if you needed to.
If I needed
Yeah.
to, right? Like, because I'm still going to be in the environment that I love, and I'll still be
So
fine.
we're
and
all
then,
night owls.
Yeah, we are. I mean,
No,
we're
yeah,
all
100%.
night owls.
Like,
we are.
And that's
We are.
100%.
Yeah.
But in it,
I
but
love the
Yeah, for
nighttime.
sure.
along with
Oh my
that too,
God.
I was like-
but just having the experience you have too, and a lot of problems with somebody wanting to open a bar, it's usually somebody that's never actually bartended
Right.
before.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a lot of
And,
good
like-
bartenders
like, as
just
a-
fall into the rut and just be like, oh well,
Oh,
I could
yeah.
never own it, I could never. I'm just gonna do what I do, blah blah blah. But you're not wrong.
But
I
you
mean,
don't-
like I think it's better if somebody that's been in the trenches, somebody that's been a bartender before, opens their own place because you know what needs to be done, you know how to do everything already, and
So in Victoria,
it's
there's
a
been
good
a lot
thing,
of bars
man.
that have opened up and closed down.
sure,
Yeah.
And it's me, I'm like, oh, if they would have did this,
Yeah.
You're
they
absolutely
would have
right.
succeeded. Another bar, oh, they shouldn't have started like that. They should have did this. Like, I want to say names, but I'm not gonna say names.
No names.
But
Yeah, we
I'm
won't-
just like,
We won't shame no one.
This
That's right. No,
is-
no
I
shit.
was-
like this place should have did this, and they would have succeeded. Or this place totally started off freaking wrong. You know what I mean? I'm just like,
Yeah,
I
I
could
think.
have did that. I could have
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah, you're
so
like-
it's like being a
Right?
bartender in that position.
Mhm.
You're like, oh, this is what I need to do. This is what I not need to do.
Yeah. And then those are the best lessons to
Yeah.
learn
Oh, definitely.
through other people's failures, right? Because you're like, oh, I'm not going to do
Yeah.
that whenever my time comes. I know this, I'm not going to do what they did because I've seen them fail. Or even vice versa, when you see another bar do good, you're like, man,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
really doing
Yeah,
crazy.
Like that was a good idea.
Yeah,
Like, that was a great.
Yeah, like,
idea.
like at Moonshine doing the first Friday.
Yeah, the first Friday.
First Friday is kicking off like crazy.
It's blown up like crazy, and shout out to Josh Vega, Free Art Victoria, and Genevieve over at Moonshine.
Shuttle?
They put all that together, and it just blew up. And that's funny. We were just talking about this outside. There's a lot of local artists that have just never really had like an outlet or a
Yeah.
venue, or they can't just walk up to the Nave and be like, hey man, I got the stuff, let me put my
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
out. It's not gonna happen. But it's one of those, like, man, it's literally like, we talk to these people like, hey man, you got enough stuff to put together a little thing, come on in. Like, we
So
don't
let's
even
say,
know,
like,
we're
y'all
not
are
even
gonna do that,
Even if
like,
they
that's
don't
a
have a lot of stuff,
first Friday
like, there's-
of every month.
first
Yeah.
Friday of every month. I
They're
think
gonna do a
I think
open
we-
art show pretty much for local artists.
I think since March. I want to say March was the first one we did.
I mean,
this
like
year.
the only I went to the art walk one time, like
So yeah,
couple months ago.
so the art walk's a little different. That's the city of Victoria jumped in on it too, and that when they do theirs, which apparently they're doing every quarter now. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure there's one in December, and I think there's one in like March scheduled. Don't know what day yet. They kind of jumped on it after we had been doing it because it just blew up, and that was the thing, is like, these people that I've known all my life. It's like, oh hey, by the way, I've been painting since I was a kid. It's like, oh cool, like I had no idea. We'll bring, you got enough stuff to come set up, like come on. And it's like, they set up their stuff, they can sell it if they want, they can just talk
yeah,
about it if they
it's
want.
free. Like if they want to give
And it's
away,
just-
like whatever they want to do with it.
These folks have just never had a venue to do it, or
Display
an
their shit.
opportunity
Yeah.
to show their stuff.
Yeah,
And
display their
it has just gotten ridiculous. I mean, it's just
No,
busy.
I know.
Busy,
Like,
busy.
That is crazy.
And, you know, like, of course, you know, it's great for us. It's great for them, you know, and just downtown in general, you know. But yeah, it's funny, you know, something like that we never really thought of until, you know, first of this year. And then it was like, hey, let's do this. And bam, it's just crazy now. But yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's just crazy. It's crazy how little things like that work out to be amazing at some point.
It's crazy how many people have a hobby that they just don't tell no one about it until the time comes up and they're like, hey, yeah, I have these paintings. Can I like put them up here or whatever?
Right?
They see
They're
or
like-
they see
Or they're
someone
like,
else
oh,
put their
like,
paintings up.
yeah, I could do that
and
too.
they're
like,
like,
oh,
hey,
I have artwork too.
I have artwork
Yeah.
too. And they just haven't showed these artworks to anyone.
Yeah.
And then just like boom. And it's just like you know, you talk about people that you just like known your whole life that you just have no idea that they're at and you know in the middle of the night just fucking painting away somewhere.
Yeah.
And how many people actually do that? Have different hobbies that they
Sure.
do and stuff like this. Like this, like Elite4. Like
Well, yeah,
this is like
same
this is
thing.
my hobby. You know, like
Yeah.
this is what we do. Like you know, instead of painting a canvas, I do this. It's art either way, right?
Sure,
So it's good that people can do art and then now have an opportunity to show it because that's one thing they just didn't have. Like you were touching on, you can't just go to the Nave Museum
And
because
they're like, hey, put my artwork up.
People are
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, who are you? Get out of
I
here!
don't know
Get
who
out of
you
here,
are.
peasant!
Yeah.
And boom, like, you know,
I don't know what's happening. But
Not that bad.
You're
It's
not
not that
wrong,
bad.
though. You're not wrong. And
But that's the image I get. Like
Yeah.
if I had like my little paintings and I was going up to the museum, I was like, dude, there's no way they're gonna fucking put my little paintings on the wall.
That's the good thing about being in a small community.
also true.
Yeah.
I mean, also
Yeah.
true. And
Like,
you know, friend of a friend of a friend, be like, oh
Friend-
man, I
yeah.
know
Yeah.
this guy that does this.
Yeah.
And,
like, hey,
yeah.
my friend has artwork too. Let me get him involved in
Yeah,
this. And
absolutely.
It just like, I feel like, so I've only been to one, but I know it's like grown. But it's
Oh, yeah.
like word of mouth. Like, hey, this person has artwork too. Oh, my other friend has artwork. Let me put them in there. So
We were just talking. I mean, everyone we've had, we have a little sign up sheet, and it's like if people just show up and they're like, "Hey, you want to be part of this?" Or you know, you got something
Yeah,
going
like
on.
literally anybody can be a
It-
part of that,
at
and that's like the
least-
cool part about
at
it is like
least
if they
10
want to
people.
sign up.
You know, each
they can
time
be a
we've
part of
done
it.
it, you know,
Yeah.
and it's crazy. I mean,
You mean like
it's,
10 new people?
yeah, each
Yeah,
time.
like
it's
that's
just,
just
man.
saying, like literally,
you know, people that
anybody
have
can
just
come in
moved
and sign up.
here, you know, that
And
don't
that's the
really
best
know a lot
part,
of people.
and that's how you
people
get
that
these
have lived here all their
artists.
life. I mean, it's just it's all
Yeah.
over the place. It really is.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's turning into a really great thing. Like I
That
said,
is
that's
really
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
Free Out
awesome.
Victoria, and like I said, Genevieve over at Moonshine, man, they started this whole thing, and it's gone nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad the city jumped on.
Yeah.
Well, and even theirs, you know, they of course then they involve, you know, the Nave and like all these places down. You know, it's more of a featured downtown kind of thing, but
So,
still,
I want to say even the library has a spot
library
too, right?
had some. The Salaza, the Kelly at the Fringe Salon down there on Constitution, like. I mean, everybody's involved. 205, you know, they're involved. Like I said, that first one we did was, I think it was like 11 stops, which Moonshine was a part of, and then the next one, you know, a couple months later was 22.
God
Like
damn,
it
what a
doubled.
growth.
It doubled, and they had to extend the hours on it just because, you know, people weren't able to see everything in the allotted time, and it's like I said, it's gotten nuts. I mean, each one is just going to be bigger and bigger. So.
Oh yeah. I wish I did art. I'm
I
like,
mean,
I
me
wish
too.
I did.
Now I want
I
to start
wish
painting
I
and
would
drawing.
throw
Like, maybe I
paint
can do
on a-
something. Hold on, like,
Dude, y'all probably
Right?
could. Y'all
I'm
could.
like,
yeah.
Give it a shot. Aubrey, you could be the
Probably
world's
could. I'm
you
like,
could be the world's best painter and you just don't
next
know.
Bob Ross.
But
Let's
that's
go.
the thing. That's not my.
The
That's
next
not
Bob
my.
Ross.
What is your thing?
I already said it. Like
Ping pong?
Okay, so yeah,
It's
if
an
I
art.
could like
It's an art,
professionally
okay?
show people
Ping-
how to
hey.
fucking play ping pong, that'd be cool.
Aubrey,
But-
tell me about your ping pong experiences. What's up
I'm
with
just
this?
obsessed with it. I don't know. I like.
What do you mean you're
The
obsessed?
actual
good at
game,
it.
like
I love
like
it.
just
I
ping pong.
had
is
my
it-
parents buy me a ping pong table for a birthday gift. I was
Okay.
like, can I have that as a gift? even
And now we're all
though
about the
nobody plays against me or anything, I was just like,
So what do you
people
do?
use
Do
those
you
for
like-
beer pong now. Like nobody actually plays ping
Right?
pong.
that's why I don't bust it out unless somebody else wants to actually play ping pong.
I haven't
I'm
actually.
like,
played a game.
oh, so you play ping pong?
Aubrey, I just imagine you having the table like against the wall, and you're just like going to fucking town. Like there's like
Like
five.
the-
Yeah.
there's
like
like
you put the
five
half
balls.
side up,
yeah,
just play
half
against
side
one.
up, and you're like there's like
I'm
five balls
Forrest
going,
Gump,
and you're just
100%.
like.
Yeah, that's me. I'm fucking Forrest Gumping that shit up all day.
So do you practice by
The
yourself? Are you good at ping pong?
I'm really good at ping pong.
Really?
Really.
So if me and you played ping
I'd
pong,
beat you.
you would destroy me.
Oh yeah.
How much money am I put on it?
20.
$20?
Yeah.
I got you $20.
Okay.
We're gonna play ping pong. We'll record it,
Oh yeah.
and
absolutely.
that'll be a thing.
No, I'll beat you.
You'll
I'll
beat
let
me,
you know that.
and then when
Because like, how much do you play?
I don't play at all.
Okay, then
I
yeah,
don't play at
I'll
all.
beat you. Then yeah. I'll
All
beat
right,
you.
cool. Like we'll see.
I never played.
That's
I wanna
that's
play.
very confident. That's
No,
Yeah,
like
right.
literally, a lot
I
of
like it.
guys.
I'm like,
A
I've
lot
never
of
played, but I
guys think
wanna
because
play.
I'm just like,
I just wanna watch this. I wanna watch
ping
this
pong.
happen. Like,
I
I'm
love
ready for
it
this.
so much. Guys think because I'm that girl that's like, ping pong? Yeah, I can play ping pong.
Dude, I just want you.
I asked for it as a gift.
Look.
Like, I literally, after
You don't
years of playing it,
understand.
I was like, I want to own my own ping pong table because I'm actually really fucking
Look.
good at it.
I'm gonna get ready. All right. Give me
You should.
give me 2 weeks is all I need. 2 weeks. I'll practice. I'll order me an Elite4 little fucking sweatband, and I'll fucking go to fucking town.
Oh, this is happening. Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
hate
like
to take
this.
$20 from you.
You will elitely get your ass. Buy another Elite4 fucking cast member.
She can say that. She's
fuck?
part of the team. She's part of the team. That's
I
fantastic.
can't wait.
No, we're gonna do this. We're
Can't
gonna do this.
wait.
Oh, I'm
Can I-
excited
I
about this
can't
now.
wait.
Yeah.
It's gonna be its own.
You're
whole
gonna need
video.
your headband. is
I am.
all I'm saying.
We'll see. We'll see how good you are. What else are you good at? Volleyball?
Yeah. Pool.
You're good at pool?
Yeah, I'm pretty good at pool.
All right. Well, round 2 would be pool.
I'm good at badminton.
We're gonna start this whole. We're gonna start a whole series. It's gonna be Migs versus Aubrey.
At every
different
sport,
things.
yeah.
At every sport.
Every sport.
Every sport.
Every.
Yeah.
Like,
And
you better go long
each-
and throw a
each
fucking
game-
football, and I'm gonna get.
Each game is gonna be
Got it.
$20. That's gonna be the deal.
Okay,
Each
that's
game is
fine.
I'm here
$20.
for it, man.
We'll
I'm
do
in.
ping pong first,
It's actually
followed by
really good.
pool.
So
No, all of them, like
it's
badminton,
gonna be a
fucking.
bowl.
Everything.
We're gonna be playing fucking.
Racquetball.
Water polo.
What
Every
sport
game.
this
What
week?
sport are we
I'm actually
Water
really
polo.
good.
Did you say
at
water polo?
racquetball. Yeah. Yeah.
Water
but I'm actually
polo.
really good at racquetball too.
See, look at that. See, all these sports I've never played, but I'm gonna do it. You know, if it's gonna be embarrassing, then hey, cool, we have cool content.
I'm really good at that.
And you know what? I'll love to show off your sports skills.
I'm athletic as fuck. Yeah, I was like, I'm athletic
I'm
as
not
fuck.
at all.
I'm so athletic.
Except for basketball. Fuck that. I can't
Oh
do
yeah,
it.
I'm gonna dunk on your ass on basketball.
Soccer
You can
also.
I'm
You're a
try.
little short.
I'm gonna try.
Soccer also. I'm like, I'll run around and I'll kick the
as tall as
ball,
you
but
are.
do I know what I'm doing with it? No.
I can shoot.
I'm
Not
gonna
past the
try.
free. Not
I
past
will
the free throw line,
say
but I can shoot.
basketball and
All right.
soccer are my
Well,
weak
the
points.
gauntlet has been thrown.
All right. Write
Round
every
1
sport
is
down,
gonna
throw it in
be
a
ping
bowl.
pong.
I'm here for
Once
it,
a
man.
It's
week.
gonna be
You gotta pull
a
sport.
new E4 series starting soon. Migs versus Aubrey's. We'll come up with a cool name. I don't know. E4 Sports. Go for it.
Sounds like
E4 Sports. That's right. I was like E-Sports.
But
I
it sounds
was
like
like
It's
got a ring
E4
to
Sports.
it.
That's way better.
E4 Sports. That's what we're gonna do.
But it's like
And I'm
like
gonna
stuff
order
that
us
like,
both
like
head-
fat drunks can play,
sweatbands.
like bowling, like
bowling.
extreme bowling.
And a fucking sweatband.
Yeah. We're both gonna have
Ping pong.
sweatbands. Elite 4 logo on it. And we're just gonna get it.
Croquet.
Croquet.
Can't wait. I'm really good at croquet.
See, like,
So-
what the hell?
No,
How do
there
you
was
get
one
good at
year.
croquet?
There was a summer that my
feel like
me
it
and
was
my
a
cousin
Bocce ball.
we
How
were
about that?
playing
one?
over my grandmother's like plants that she was growing. We were like just hitting that shit over. We were playing like parkour fucking rules.
Aubrey, you're
of
the first person I've ever met to say
badminton.
you're
Like, we
badass at
literally
croquet.
were
By the way,
Me too.
I'm not even.
And Batman. And ping pong.
I think I played Batman
First,
like
I
once.
literally cannot
I
even.
I don't even know what
that
Batman is.
Batman, whatever.
It's the
Well,
one.
say it.
Batman is the one that has the little ball, but it has like.
What's it called?
Oh, the
Wings
net.
What's it called?
net.
A
No, it's a little
shuttlecock.
Wingy ball
I
that
thought
has
that was
like.
Birdie.
A shuttlecock.
That's a birdie. Yeah,
is the name
that's
of
the
it.
thing that's like.
Oh, okay.
Like, it looks like a
No,
little.
really, it's called a
I thought it was
shuttlecock.
right.
Shuttlecock.
It,
Shuttlecock.
What?
I just like saying shuttlecock.
Shuttlecock.
Say it again.
Shuttlecock.
all right.
Shuttlecock.
It's the little, it's
So
a
we
little
would
ball with the
ask,
wings on
but-
it.
Look into the camera.
But
I said it.
if
That was
you
nice.
ever wanted to play shuffleboard,
Hey, I threw a wink in there.
Shuffleboard too?
yeah, that's part
Shuffleboard?
of it.
No, I would destroy you as shuffleboard.
Okay, well then.
Dodge used to have
cornhole.
shuffleboard
Oh
years
no,
ago.
I'd
I would
fuck
destroy
you
you
up
at cornhole.
No, nope. I'm really good at that
Actually,
too.
I might win at cornhole. I like the cornhole.
Oh, we gotta challenge
really
her.
I like
good.
the cornhole. I'm jumping in cornhole.
All right,
tiebreaker.
we'll let you know when we do cornhole.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right.
But yeah, no, I'm good at all of that.
Dude, Aubrey, all right, how about this? Here's the idea, all right? Season 1, it's me and you versing on all these sports, right? And then season 2 could be me and you teaming up, challenging other bartenders at these
Yeah,
sports.
I'm down.
Let's go.
Down.
Yeah.
That could be
We're
it.
gonna do
It
whatever
has-
whatever the hell y'all tell us
It'll
to
be
do.
it'll be like
I wanna do
dive
it.
bar, but instead of drinking alcohol, we'll be drinking alcohol and doing sports.
And doing sports. Yeah.
That's the best.
We gotta keep
Y'all
alcohol in
going
the mix.
down water
Well,
polo. I'm just saying
then
right now.
That changes everything. I'm gonna lose.
I took
all
water
of those
polo
things.
in college.
All right, if I'm drunk, never
I
mind.
feel like you're better on it.
No, you're
You'd
right.
be great. You'd be great.
I'm good at everything.
You're
I
good
took
at
water. I
everything.
took water
Good at
polo in
everything.
Especially when you're
college.
intoxicated.
Just saying.
Huh?
I took water polo in college. So you're
Really? Water polo?
No, absolutely not.
That's the one thing.
You're like,
hey,
college? No.
I think it's so serious.
College?
too. I was
What?
like, oh,
But
okay.
seriously though, would that not be funny if we went to the aquatic center and tried to play
I
water
mean,
polo?
I don't
We're
even
all
know
out
the
there just
rules. Like,
drowning
I think that'd be
in water.
hilarious.
Just dying.
Like, write down the
That'd be
rules
funny.
5 minutes before we jump in the pool, and I'm like, yeah,
Jumps
got
in.
it. No problem.
Can't even
Let's
swim
do
because I
that.
already
Man.
drank too much.
That reminds me of the good old cactus days when we had our own dodgeball team. I don't know if you remember that, Brent.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
take
but
it
there was a
out
place
there.
like they had like there was a bar here in town, right? They did dodgeball, right?
No, we did kickball. I'm sorry.
Oh, kickball. Yeah,
We did
kickball.
kickball.
Yeah.
Dodgeball is like
Yeah.
Big Daddy?
No,
Dodgeball?
No. No, we did kickball every Sunday. We would go out and do.
I think I went to like one,
Yeah,
but I
we were
never
awful.
participated.
We were all drunk,
Oh yeah, I was
either
just-
drunk or high.
I got drunk the whole time.
Like I
for
remember
sure.
looking in the outfield and like one of the guys was out there just toking it up.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
there's like families watching us.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo,
Ball goes flying by, and you're just
yeah,
like, yeah,
fall by
whatever.
by. We're like, damn, fuck it. But yeah, it's pretty good. All right, so let's wrap things up. If y'all want to give a shout out to your
More
clientele at Moonshine, please. The stage is yours. Whatever cameras you want to look at, those cameras, these cameras, whatever.
This one?
Can't see myself.
So many
And
cameras.
I'm not on that
Can't
one.
even see myself.
So many
Or
cameras.
that
In
one.
the cameras.
Yeah, well, Moonshine, man. Moonshine, we're still there. Like I said, Wednesday through Sunday, 4 o'clock. Got a couple events coming up soon. We always do the first Friday of every month. Hopefully that's going to keep going and keep
And a new
building
person,
stream.
new bartender. Hi.
Sweet Brandi is new, but she's going to be helping us out. You're also still doing Bomb Diggity as well. Yes. Oh,
Yes.
I mean, no. Do we-
No, it's fine. Yes, but we're shout outing to Moonshine
All
tonight.
right, to Moonshine. Okay. Okay. But yeah, come see us downtown Victoria.
Right on. Go see them at Moonshine, downtown Victoria. Also, check out the first Friday of every month
Every month.
For the art show.
for the art show. And stay tuned because eventually I'm going to beat Aubrey at ping pong.
Can't wait for all of that.
All
by
the
way.
sports.
Yeah.
All the sports.
All the
No,
sports.
yeah,
Hey.
you're gonna try to beat me at all the sports. Got
I'm
it.
gonna try.
Love
Guys,
it.
Thanks for watching. If you haven't hit like and subscribe, go ahead and do that now. See y'all next time.
Elite4, check them out. It's good stuff. Appreciate you guys.
I never had a father.